They're like a can that you peel. It's like a tuna can, so they're fully sealed.
Oh, tuna air freshener. Yeah. There's a market.
Not tuna flavour though.
Oh, okay. Now this is the top secret area. Yeah, there's like no cars here at all.
No, there's nothing there. Don't worry about that.
Can't even see that.
Yeah.
Hey, g'day everyone. Daniel O'Grady. Welcome to another WasabiCars video. Hope you're doing well. I'm in Mittagong at Benny's Custom Works. I've dropped in from Sydney. I was hanging there with family, and Benny kindly invited me here, and we're going to do a quick walkthrough of his garage. There's a few surprises. Of course, I've seen this area in his videos, and so many cars have been done here. Of course, the Sigma, which I'm hoping to check out a bit later, though I did see it at Berrima Cars and Coffee. Hey, good morning everyone. Smoke smash schmackos is what's coming to mind, but that can't have been it. Smoking, that could have been it. Anyway, so we're hanging here, Benny's Custom Works. This is where the action happens, and he's of course, yeah, as I said, built so many cars here. And hey man, how's it going?
Hey man, how are you? Welcome.
Yeah, good to be here, man.
Yeah, glad you came over.
Oh,
it's been, sounds like you've had a pretty epic trip already.
What is that? Yeah man, I'm at the constabulary. Hey, when were you established here? When did you get here?
So we moved here in 2019 from memory.
Yeah.
So yeah, we started BCW in 2016. Originally started at home, which we'll go over there a bit later, and then had a shop in Barrow, which is like 10 minutes from here.
Yeah.
And then moved here, A, for bigger space, and B, to be closer to home.
Just as a punter watching your videos and watching you in other channels, I totally got the impression you were Sydney based.
Yeah.
So you were always making that trip up to Sydney and...
Yeah, so in my old job, I worked in Sydney, but I haven't been in Sydney for as far as working goes. I left that job in 2016 and started BCW. So yeah, I've lived this area my whole life. A little bit quieter than Sydney, a little bit cheaper to live. Yeah. House prices plus a shed in Sydney would be like $3.5 million. So
man,
yeah, having the ability to buy a house out here is a little bit more comfortable and not as hectic money wise. So yeah, it affords me race cars.
Oh yeah, and race cars is life. And here's a question: going back, your apprenticeship you served. Where'd you do your apprenticeship?
So my apprenticeship was basically two shops. One we're actually going to go to today, which isn't the old shop anymore.
Oh, okay.
Around the corner was the first job I ever had, was basically a taxi service place where we just maintained all the old local taxis. And then I left there. I worked there for about 2 years, and then kind of just got over servicing taxis.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then I was always into Subarus, and then the local dealer in town, which is now my mate's shop. Oh, so yeah, I finished my apprenticeship up there, and then I moved my employment to Sydney, still living in the area, so I was commuting every day. And fast forward a few years, we had a couple of kids, and by that time it was like, well, I'm burning 3.5 hours a day on the road, and kind of wanted a bit of a change of lifestyle. And, and starting BCW is definitely more hours, but it's more flexible and more enjoyable for the most part.
For sure. And you're sort of leaning into the areas that you sort of enjoy more, right?
Yeah, exactly. Pick and choose. Like we do really only do motorsport vehicles here, so Australia and New South Wales specifically, you need workshop licenses and that sort of stuff to actually work on road registered cars. So while I'm a qualified mechanic, I don't have the workshop license, so that basically means I can't do anything that's registered, and I don't really have an interest in servicing cars anyway. Like I've never really been that keen on pumping out 7 or 8 services a day. It's more been about, I mean, I don't mind the bigger jobs like clutches and brakes and that sort of deal, but service work's just, it's not my vibe.
It's like a conveyor belt of...
Yeah, you're kind of just pumping out services and...
For sure.
Some plug, oil filter. Make sure you put the oil back in and don't leave the sun plug loose, and then you're pretty well right. And
you've worked on some great cars that we've seen on your channel, of course. I mean, there's the Sigma, which I mentioned in the intro. This car right here, which you've done a heap of work on, is looking so different to how it started.
This thing's kind of evolved over the years. It started out with a 2-litre. It was a factory manual car. It was actually a crash car from the auction, so it's not registerable. But doing what we do with it didn't really matter. So I picked it up for like $1,000, and a registered one at the time was about $5. Repaired the thing in about a day, not even buying any parts. The rear bar and the boot lid are still the ones that it was crashed with. We just kind of straightened them out enough to make it look good enough for a track car. It's got a Ministry of Fab half cage. Worked with the boys on that to to develop that. They did a cracker job, so they do really nice cages. Just a couple of dudes semi-locally that work from home.
Nice.
But yeah, they punch out really nice cages that are comparable to any performance shop you could pick a cage up from. Mechanically, it's evolved from the original 2-litre. Now it's actually got an LS2 or an L98 Chev 6-litre engine.
Yeah.
Locally, we got those in Commodores, depending on where you're watching from. It may have come, I think you could get them in some Corvettes. Camaro's definitely had them in the States, had the 6-litre. But yeah, in Australia, we really only got them in Commodores.
Oh, okay.
Good day.
Yeah, I'm just going to take a break. And yeah, you're right. Do your thing. But yeah, we're going to move on from these cars because there's a whole lot to check out here at Benny's Custom Works. There's a whole storage area full of wheels, which you're going to get to once Benny's free. And there's plenty to see, people. Plenty to see. Got him. Thanks, buddy.
Left or right?
Davey down this way. Sorry, right, yeah.
It goes both ways.
The other left. You'll know when you see it. But just down the road for the U-turn.
Honda Civic.
Look at that.
First gen Civic. Benny will froth over that too.
Look at that. Yeah. That is beyond epic.
Wow, that is a big thing.
Okay, I can go back to Japan now. Oh, okay, now this is the top secret area. Yeah, there's like no cars here at all.
No, there's nothing there. Don't worry about that.
Can't even see that.
Yeah. So that is a S13 Silvia with a RB26 in it.
Yeah.
It's up on the hoist.
Yeah.
That's kind of a long-term project, a mate's car.
Yeah.
And that's kind of dragging on, if I'm honest. So the plan is to get it to a point where it'll roll again, and we're going to send it out for a lot of sheet metal work. Like it needs a lot of stuff done in the bay, just to tidy it up. Really, like it's had a bit of a hard life. That car, it was a drift car at one point.
Yeah.
Never actually crashed. So the shell is structurally really good, but it's had like holes and just stuff's been cut out of it. And obviously because it was a track car, it was never really done particularly neatly. Like the battery tray was hacked out and it had holes drilled everywhere for a front man intercooler when it was still an SR car. And it's just kind of had a hard time, you know. So being that S13 Silvias are worth $1 million now, it's worth actually restoring it to a degree. It's never going to be nut and bolt OEM restoration, but with the 26 and just going to put a basic street turbo on it. And then here is kind of the wheel department. This is all the wheels that we bring in from Japan, ironically. Yeah. Spent a lot of time sourcing wheels over there, and got a pretty good network for bringing it in now, so it's pretty good, works well. This is kind of a little bit empty at the moment. We've sold a lot of the wheels stock off, and we've got more. We've always got wheels coming, so they come and go. We've got 32 GTR, 34 GTR. There's some Impul R33 wheels there that are pretty cool. Yeah. Definitely a acquired taste, but they're cool because of the heritage. They were on Impul R33s when they were built new by Impul. They're something pretty cool. They're factory forged wheel, and they've got a ton of brake clearance. So if you're not particularly phased on the aesthetic of the wheel, they tick a lot of boxes. Just being pretty's not one of them. 34 GTR wheels.
It's a beautiful looking wheel. Caps. Yeah.
So these are same thing. They probably get stripped and repainted because they're not perfect. So if you're doing up your 34, typically restoring it now. A lot of these 34 GTRs are popping up, getting restored. So trying to find the OEM wheels and stuff can be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, actually. Sorry, what's this? Is this a golf buggy wheel, or what's going on there?
I think they would have been on probably like an ATV or like a quad. But I literally only bought these because of the cool little original Enki stamping in them. Yeah. They're dated 11th month 84, so they're pretty old, and they're just something cool to look at. Yeah. I just literally like them to just chill up here. Yeah, for sure. Cool little display wheel. Here's another display wheel, actually.
What the heck is that?
So this is a
SSR Mark III.
It's a Mark III that, ironically, Mark from Barrel Brothers and I built 2 of these basically to demonstrate the biggest lip and the biggest barrel we could get at the time. So if you wanted to build a custom set of wheels, these were the ultimate extremes that you could get. And I think
also a table, you throw a tabletop on that?
If you wanted to, yeah. So this is a 13 by 18. So yeah, it's a 8-inch lip and a 10-inch barrel. And then obviously we've just got the face sandwiched in here. Purely a demonstration wheel.
Okay.
Riverside actually do a similar wheel, much the same sort of context. I think if you're one of their top 20 dealers or something, when you back in the day when Riverside was still fresh, they'd send you these wheels. There's actually one on Yahoo right now that I'm bidding on. But I probably won't get it because they normally go for crazy money. I just kind of put if I get it number on it. And, But yeah, they pop up every now and then, and they're a super nice little display piece.
Dude, thank you for bringing me here. This is a machine of doom.
It's something.
Oh my god, this has made my day.
I like how this is the finish.
Dude, we love it. I was taking the piss and said,
I think you paid $500.
What'd you pay for it? 10 grand? He goes, nah, 4 grand.
You paid $500 for it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, and any other highlights in the remaining wheels here?
Got some sweet billets.
Oh,
They're
Boyd Coddington.
These ones aren't Boyd's.
Oh.
So these are Boyd's, but these ones are actually made by Enki.
Oh.
So these are Japanese billets.
Big end.
Yeah. So these would have been so they're originally an Enki wheel.
Holy dooly. I just something caught my eye. Those wheels over there.
K wheels.
What are wheels?
They were factory fitted to a Suzuki K.
Suzuki K, what?
So in Australia that would have been a Suzuki Ignis. Yeah, they were the same thing. It was another Yahoo find that I'm a bit of a sucker for. They look pretty cool. And there's also a Facebook page, wheels that look like drains. And I can't think of a better wheel that looks like a drain. So yeah, they made the cut. And then, yeah, they're probably ones that I'll die with. But someone might like them. And I've actually got 2 sets of them, so it's even worse.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff cruising around.
Nice.
S13 front bar.
Yep.
13 Silvia, which someone told me what it was only the other day, but I don't remember. Another Rex front bar there.
Yeah.
KH3 supercharged bar. And then all sorts of other random bits and bobs.
Little good grill, arcade grills and whatever.
A couple of grills, side skirts. Then this is more body bits off of Adam's blue S13 drift car. And then all sorts of other odds and ends. I don't even know what that's from. That was a roadside find. That was literally left on the side of the road and it's brand new. So
yeah,
picked it up and one day I'll work out what it's for. That's the original Cresta boot lid.
Holy dooly.
So this one's got a little bit of rust in it. So I took it off before it got any worse and actually bought a fiberglass. You can buy a fiberglass replacement in Japan for them.
Wow.
Purely because they rust. Like they always rust the boot lids. So I think all the 70 series like Chasers and Crestas and Mark IIs, you can buy that boot lid in Japan as a replacement panel in fiberglass. Yeah, more Volk mesh. So I've got 7 of those, I think.
Yeah.
They kind of keep popping up, but they're one of my favorite period wheels, especially the early mesh stuff. And these are the 5-stud version of what's on the Sigma.
Oh, damn.
So they're the same wheels, but these are in 5-stud. So these, I had a set of these on my car trailer. Yeah. So car trailer's not really a thing in Japan, right?
No.
Everyone just has like the little tilt trays everywhere.
It's classed as an experimental vehicle for the road, so there are...
A trailer is?
A trailer. So there is a way to get them on the road legally, but as a day-to-day thing, no family person ever has any...
No one's got a box trailer full of rubbish like in... everywhere in Australia.
No, so
everyone just has K-trucks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's no small scale.
It's rarely seen. Very rarely seen. Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that before actually, because I can't think of seeing a trailer in Japan either.
Nah, not a thing.
It's always K-trucks or flatbeds or that sort of deal.
They don't know the pain of when your shin hits the tow ball.
That is pain.
We may as well just
start again. Yeah, sick. Thank you.
Something firm underneath and then the soft on top. Yeah.
Oh, man. Thank you.
No worries.
Is there anything Dan shouldn't film? That's Aaron. That's FB Aaron.
Oh wow.
So Dan was at Cars and Coffee with us the other day. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw your beautiful car, man.
Yes.
It's amazing. There's just this last little bit here, I think, and this is what the little office here.
The messy office.
Yeah. Let's have a look inside.
It's a disaster.
Tsurashimasu, as they say. Wow. Okay.
stuff
Oh, gee.
everywhere.
People are throwing you caps, aren't they?
I do love a good hat.
Yeah. Do you love a sticker when they in a box when you get sent stuff?
Yeah, there's a drawer of that. There's a whole drawer in one of the toolboxes. It's all stickers.
Oh, and some treasures down here, people.
Yeah,
What's going on
There's
there?
some wing mirrors. There's a few bits and pieces. I think there was 4 or 5 different attempts to buy some wing mirrors for the Sigma there.
Yeah.
Another Yahoo experience. But
They're in demand, right? Those
100%.
things.
So there's actually a set of Century mirrors there, which will probably end up back on a 50 series. Not my one though, because I don't like guide mirrors on the Sigma, on the Century. That's another chat for another time, no doubt. But yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. There's some old Air Spencers.
Oh, my first time seeing this, but
Really?
I
Yeah, right. I bought these in Japan actually.
Yeah.
A long time ago. So they're like an air freshener.
do they still freshen?
I imagine so.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sakura
they're
flavor.
they're like a can that you peel. It's like a tuna can, so
okay.
they're fully sealed. And
Oh, tuna air freshener.
Yeah.
There's a
not
market.
tuna flavour though.
Okay. Now I know you. I just saw that right, engine pulley, but I know you do like a kit of something. I know you like
Yeah,
for
for the,
tensioner.
power steering deletes. That's these things here. So this goes on the Barra engine for drift or drag cars that don't use the conventional power steering pump.
Yeah.
My car or the cars that I developed this for don't have power steering at all.
Yeah.
But a lot of people actually use the Holden Astra. I don't think there would be an Astra in Japan, or what the version of that would be. It might be like a Saturn or something. I don't know. Anyway, really good car for harvesting pumps from. Really good car for nothing else.
I turned my camera on just after that sweet bit of fortuitous toppling. Yeah, man. Okay, well, thank you so much, man. I've had a ball.
Appreciate you
and-
coming down.
No, my pleasure, and like getting the insight into what you're doing here has been fantastic. So,
Thank you, sir.
yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Let's get on the road.
Yeah, we're off now.
All over the place.
Well, yeah, we're like the Leyland brothers. So everyone, thanks so much for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time, and goodbye.
And no one will know who the Leyland brothers are, ever.